So in the first video, we were given a function and we found the derivative of it. Now we're given an a value, which is really the x value, and we are asked to make an equation of a line that's tangent to the graph given this value. So the first thing we need to do is find the y value. And the way we're going to do that is take our original function and do like we did back in college algebra and plug that value in for x. So instead of x plus 4, it's 5 plus 4. And so then you do the math on that and you get a y value. Next, we need to find the slope. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the derivative that we just found up here and we're going to plug our 5 into the x spot for that. And that's going to give us our slope. So instead of x plus 4, it's 5 plus 4. And so we do the math on this. And so then we found our y value and we found our slope, and we're going to go back to like you did before you even had college algebra, and we're going to plug these three values into the point slope formula. And so this is this formula. The x and the y that don't have the subscripts, they don't get anything plugged into them. So I plug in my y, my m, and my 5. I mean, my y value, my slope, and my x value, even though they're not calling it an x value. I'm going to distribute this fraction. So negative 8 over 81 times x is negative 8 over 81x. And then negative 8 over 81 times negative 5 is going to be positive 40 over 81. This is understood to be over 1, so you just say 5 times 8, and then the understood 1 times 81 to get that. The next thing I'm going to do is kill the fractions, because it just makes life easier. So I see I've got 9, 81, and 81 in my denominator, in all my denominators. So I know that 9 will go into 81, and we know 81 will go into 81. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 81. I'm going to use the distributive property again here. So 81 times y is 81y. 81 times negative 8/9. Okay, that's going to be a positive times a negative's a negative. 81 times 8 divided by 9 is going to be 72. And then I've got 81 times this first term and 81 times this second term. So here, positive times negative is negative, and 81 times 8 divided by 81 is just negative 8. And I bring down my x. Another way to think about it, and we could have done this here as well, but another way to think about it is this is over 1. So 81 in the numerator, 81 in the denominator, they cancel out because anything divided by itself is 1. Okay, and so now we do it again here. You can think of them as canceling out, and you can get 40. Or you can say 81 times 40 divided by 81, and you'll still get this answer. Okay, so we have to get y by itself. We're going to add 72 to both sides, and that's going to leave me with 81y on the left, and then negative 8x plus 112 here on the right. Last step is to divide each of these terms by 81 so that we can get y isolated. And so that leaves me with these two fractions. And if you use a TI 83 plus, you can figure out easily if your fraction is reducible by going here. Let's say 8 divided by 81 equals, and it gives me, I don't know if you can see that very well. It gives me a decimal, so I'm going to go to math, and then I'm going to hit enter, and it tells me 8 over 81. So that cannot be reduced. I had to talk quickly so this video wouldn't be too long, so it would upload easily. So please remember that you can go to settings and reduce the play, or slow down the playback speed. And let me know if you have any questions.